So as I was perusing down these social media streets, I said this is enough for me to want to share some sensibility. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So Bravo pulls new wife swap episode featuring Wendy Osefo following her arrest for felony fraud. Oh my, what a tangled web we weave once we practice to deceive or not. So things are not looking too good for the Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo, as we all know at this juncture, after the news broke that Bravo veteran and her husband Eddie Osefo had been arrested on Thursday, October 9th, in Maryland on felony fraud charges. The TV personality was dealt another blow. So Bravo is set to air a new series, Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition, which was supposed to feature Wendy and her husband. However, according to the new report, Bravo has now pulled their episode and is weighing its options moving forward. I know you effing lying. I know you effing lying. Y'all better show Wendy and her husband, okay? Now, NBC Universal first reported about the new spinoff Wife Swap, which was scheduled to debut Wendy and Eddie's episode on October 14th, 2025. So it's based on a hit global series and will follow a different housewife and a real wife as they navigate swapping their everyday comforts and luxuries to fully immerse themselves as a vastly different familial experience. But let me just get into something. We know the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa and Joe Giudice, however you pronounce it. Remember, he was deported to Italy. Remember, they got into that legal trouble, okay? When they supposedly had that damn pizza parlor, but yet they were living a life of opulence and lavishness, right? So I think Teresa did what, upward of a year in jail or a little bit more, but she remained on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I'm sure if her ass had a spinoff, they would have showed it, right? So I'm like, don't be stopping Wendy's bag, okay? Now let's talk about Erica Jane and all of the legal trouble that she got into. Now, Erica Jane is currently facing allegedly a $25 million lawsuit related to her estranged husband, Tom Girardi's law firm, which allegedly spent clients' funds on personal expenses, right? They took the people money is what the hell they did, allegedly. So the trial is set to begin February 10th, 2026. While Erica Jane has not been charged with any crime, the lawsuit claims she used over 25 mil from the firm's operating account for her entertainment career. And as of now, she has not been formally charged, but the legal proceedings are ongoing and she may face a jury trial soon. Okay? So remember, she went through all of that. And remember Kyle and all the people from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, how she damn near bullied them into not talking about it. And she was just really cold like a damn ice princess trying to evade the subject. So saying all of this to say, Erica Jane remained on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And if I'm not mistaken, she's still on there, despite facing her legal battle stemming from her estranged husband, okay, and his bankruptcy case and him allegedly misappropriating funds and all of this as he defrauded his clients. Whatever the case may be, he was a once revered California lawyer who ran a decade-long Ponzi scheme by stealing and misappropriating tens of millions of dollars from his clients. Saying all of this to say, she continued to remain on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now let's talk about Jen Shaw. And I'm going somewhere with this because why can't we see damn wife swap with Eddie and Wendy Osefo? Okay, she innocent until proven guilty. Here's my thing. Until Wendy and Eddie are found guilty, namely Wendy, because she's the one that's appearing on the show, and by proxy Eddie as her husband, damn it, show her on her damn wife swap episode. We want to see her. Because here's the thing. A lot of those damn housewives from those other franchises get into all types of bullshit, but yet they continue to remain on the show, okay? So let's talk about Jen Shaw. So remember, she had legal troubles that began, March of 2021, when she was arrested for an alleged role in a telemarketing scheme targeting vulnerable individuals, particularly the elderly, okay? She initially pled not guilty, but later she struck a plea deal in 2022, and I think she was sentenced, if I'm not mistaken, she was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison for wire fraud and money laundering, allegedly. I'm going to say alleged, even though hell is in print. Now, she comes from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but saying all like to say, they continued to air her until the bitter end, until they couldn't show her anymore, until her ass got arrested and had to do damn time. I'm just saying. So give Wendy a break. Now, I do hope that the Real Housewives of Potomac continues to show Wendy. But I know one thing, Ashley, who is Giselle's new henchman or wing woman, now that Miss Robin, okay, is out the picture to Giselle's Batman, child, Ashley had the nerve to say, well, not Zen Wen going to the pen. Oh, we been knew about that. I said, you know what, child? Honey, who needs friends when you have frenemies, okay? So anyway, let's listen to Wendy's actual charges really quickly.
Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo have been taken into custody for fraud. Court documents say that the couple is, quote, burdened by substantial debt. Let's get more into what those court documents say. Eddie and Wendy allegedly called police after returning from a trip that they had made to Jamaica. They claimed that their house had been burglarized. But according to investigators, there was little evidence that the house had actually been broken into. Investigators say that their security systems were on, but they didn't track any movement inside the home. The Osefos claim that $2,500 worth of damage was done to the home and that $450,000 worth of items were stolen from their house. Investigators say that the couple made insurance claims at 3 different insurance companies, but the problem is some of the items were claimed multiple times. Investigators say that some of the things that were claimed were items that had been purchased but then returned back to the store. They mentioned things like a Gucci belt and a Dior shirt. Eddie and Wendy allegedly told investigators they were wearing their wedding rings when the burglary took place. But after the fact, Eddie then claimed that one of Wendy's rings had been stolen, and he added that to the claim. But according to investigators, they saw that very ring posted on photos on social media. In an email, Eddie allegedly asked Wendy if there were any other high-priced items they could add to the list because he wanted to get to the maximum claim, which was $423,000. Investigators say that when the Osefos were taken into custody, they found 57 items they had alleged were stolen inside their home. Now, each is facing a $50,000 bail, and we are expecting to get an update today from authorities in Carroll County, Maryland. Now, these are all allegations for now. We have yet to hear what the Osefos have to say about this investigation.
Oh, yeah. So Miss Wendy is going through. She's going through a lot. So when it comes to keeping up with the Joneses, okay, or keeping up with appearances, I'm like, girl, take a page out of what? Phaedra's book, out of Portia's book. Take a page out of Dan Marlowe's book. Child, those girls, they be Chanel down. They be name brand down if that's what you're into. Honey, I can appreciate some Chanel, some Gucci, some Prada, and some Van Cleef Arpels and all of that shit. Okay, I get it. But you don't go in debt to do it. You have to spend wisely and sensibly. You just have to. But I will say this, they use consignment shops. They have stylists. They rent those items. Sometimes they're brand ambassadors, if you will, because it's free advertisement for Portia and the girls to wear Van Cleef, to wear the Gucci, the Louis, and all of that stuff, right? Yeah. And I'm like, Wendy, you should be a little bit smarter than that with your 20 degrees and your PhD. Oh, don't get it twisted. I can appreciate an educated girly. I get it, okay? But saying that to say, Wendy, she knew better. And hopefully Eddie won't lose his law license behind this. I'm like, how can y'all report stolen items to multiple insurance agencies? Come on now. Crime just don't pay, baby. You ain't got a lot to kick it, Wendy. You can't go tens of thousands and all of that shit in debt just trying to impress people. Honey, if you ain't trying to negotiate a deal with some of those damn companies so you can get some of that stuff donated or lent to you. So anyway, y'all drop down in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think. Should they air Wendy Osefo and her husband on Wife Swap? Or should they just erase her from the episode as if though she doesn't exist? Okay, y'all tell me what y'all think. Oh, and I will say this. If y'all show Teresa Judice and all the legal woes and the Jen Shaws and the Erica Janes and God knows whatever damn housewives of different persuasions. Don't be trying to erase Wendy Osefo out as if though she don't exist, okay? Because I'm sure if she was of a different hue, allegedly, y'all would just give her the damn benefit of the doubt, okay? I'm just saying. Now, I will say this, timing is everything. Now, I know when Karen Huger got arrested, Bravo couldn't wait to show that footage, honey, when she was doing the breathalyzer, when she was getting questioned and detained and all of that. Child, we got all the damn piping hot tea, and they wanted her at the reunion. Now, as luck would have it, unfortunately for the Osefos, it just happened to coincide her getting arrested, indicted, or whatever during the same time that she was supposed to have this little spinoff or whatever with the wife swap. But let me just keep it a buck. I do feel like sometimes the Housewives franchises can be more punitive when it comes to housewives of color. I'm just going to keep it a buck, okay? We saw what happened to Nene. We saw what happened to Kenya Moore. I mean, it's just a reflection of today's times. And hell, I'm not going to get too deep off into that. I think what's going on in today's climate speaks for itself, but I digress. But anyway, y'all drop that in the comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think. This is Sensibility Speaks. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.
My regular, I'm talking